Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into one of the most profound and, well, frankly, one of the most shocking ideas in all of Buddhist philosophy. It comes to us from the Avatamsaka Sutra, and it's a concept that really pushes the idea of generosity to its absolute limit.
You know, when we think about being generous, we usually think about giving money or possessions, maybe our time. But the Avatamsaka Sutra, which is this massive foundational text in Mahayana Buddhism, talks about a level of giving that is genuinely hard for most of us to even wrap our heads around.
And yeah, you are reading that slide correctly. This isn't a metaphor. We're talking about a bodhisattva, a being whose whole purpose is the enlightenment of all, literally donating parts of their own body for the sake of others. The text is just filled with these incredibly graphic examples, from eyes and flesh all the way to their own head.
So naturally, this brings up a huge question. What is going on here? Is the goal to inflict self-harm? Is this some kind of extreme ascetic practice? Or, as the sutra insists, is there a much deeper philosophy at play here? The text argues that if you see this as just self-destruction, you're missing the entire point.
So, what is the point then? Well, the sutra tells us that the secret isn't in the shocking physical act itself. The key, the real meaning, is unlocked by this powerful concept of dedication. It's not what is given that matters most, but how and why it's given.
And this right here, this is the key to the whole thing. The term in Chinese is huixiang, which we can translate as dedication of merit. And it's no coincidence. Every single time one of these extreme acts of giving is mentioned in the sutra, it is immediately followed by a phrase about dedicating the merit. This is the engine that powers the entire practice.
A good way to think about it is as a merit amplifier. So a good deed is performed, but instead of that positive energy just stopping there with the giver or the receiver, this act of dedication grabs it, redirects it, magnifies it, and channels it outward for the benefit of all beings. It turns a single personal act into a contribution to a massive cosmic project.
Okay, so how does this spiritual engine actually work? The sutra lays out a really clear three-layer process. This isn't just random giving, it's a sophisticated system that transforms something physical into something universal. This slide lays it out perfectly. It all starts with step one, the physical act of giving. And again, the point isn't about pain. It's about breaking that deep-seated illusion that our body is ourself. Then that leads to step two, a moment of deep, insightful observation, a realization that the body is temporary. And finally, you get to step three, the most important part, the vow and dedication. This is what turns a personal act into a universal cause for everyone's enlightenment.
So you have to wonder, what kind of mindset, what kind of worldview even makes this possible? I mean, it seems completely superhuman. Well, the text actually gives us three key insights into the mind of a bodhisattva that help explain their motivation.
First, they have totally redefined what the body is. It's not me. It's a resource for practice, just a temporary tool. Second, their goal is just immense. It's not about saving themselves, it's about a universal mission to save everyone. And third, they're playing the long game. This act isn't seen as a loss, it's an investment, a seed that they know will blossom for everyone down the line.
And this quote from the sutra just nails that first point, doesn't it? The extreme giving becomes possible precisely because that deep instinctual attachment, that clinging to the body as me or mine, has been completely dissolved by wisdom.
But you know, there's another really interesting lesson running through the text here. The sutra isn't just about giving the body, it's also about what the body can be exchanged for. It's all a question of value. The sutra sets up this really clear hierarchy of value. On one side, you have the body. It's temporary. It's a resource that can help a few people in the short term. But on the other side, you have the Dharma, true wisdom. And that's eternal. It's the key to enlightenment itself, and once you have it, you can use it to benefit countless beings forever.
So, the crucial point here is that this is actually a strategic exchange. It's about trading a fragile, temporary resource, the physical body, for an indestructible, eternal one, the body of wisdom. And with that wisdom, a bodhisattva can do infinitely more good.
Now, let's be very clear. The sutra is not telling us to go out and practice self-harm. That is not the takeaway. The real lesson is about changing our mental and spiritual structure, using these extreme examples to guide our own intentions. We can actually apply this ancient philosophy in 3 really practical ways. First, we can start to see our own bodies, our health, our time, our energy, not as ourself, but as precious resources for doing good in the world. Second, after any good deed, big or small, we can mentally practice that dedication of merit. And third, we can train ourselves so that altruism becomes less of a chore and more of a joyful, natural instinct.
And this brings us to the final, really provocative thought the sutra leaves us with. It's like a daily self-check. When we do something good, what's our real motivation? Is it for that pat on the back, for that little hit of self-satisfaction? Or are we connecting it to a bigger purpose, using that merit amplifier to dedicate the positive energy to the well-being of all? It's a question that completely reframes the very purpose of generosity.